The sun sat heavy over Lagos Island Market like it owned it. Traders shouted. Motorcycles moved between people. The air smelled of fried food, pepper, and life. That was where Ada stood, large, beautiful, and full of joy. She sold fabrics from her small stall. Her skin was deep brown like coca. Her smile was the kind that made strangers feel welcome. She laughed with her whole body. She loved people with her whole heart. Everyone in that market knew Ada. Women called her our sister. Old men called her sunshine. Children ran to her store because she always had sweets. She was 28. She was full-figured. She was everything. But her boyfriend of 3 years, Kola, did not see it that way. Kola was handsome in that dangerous way, the kind that made women forget their sense. He worked at a bank. He wore fitted shirts. He smelled like expensive cologne and bad choices. That evening, Ada had cooked his favorite meal, egusi soup with pounded yam. She set the table. She lit a small candle. She waited with a smile. Kola walked in, looked at her, not at the food, not at the candle, just her body. He sat down slowly. Then he said the words that would change everything. Ada, I think I've been thinking, you're a good woman, but you're too fat. My friends laughed at me at the office party. My boss's wife asked if you were pregnant. I cannot continue like this. I need a woman who fits my level. Ada did not shout. She did not throw the pounded yam. She just looked at him, long and quiet, the way a mother looks at a child before the real punishment begins. Kola, did you just say that I do not fit your level? I'm just being honest, you should thank me, he said. She picked up her bag. She left the food on the table. She walked out of his apartment, out of his life, and into the Lagos night air. She did not cry until she reached her car. And even then, she wiped her tears fast, because Ada did not give any man the power to destroy her for long. Ada went straight to her mother's house in Surulere. Mama sat across from her daughter with a cup of zobo in her hand and fire in her eyes. She was the kind of woman who had seen everything and feared nothing. He said what? That bony-chested fine boy, no pimple. Mama, please, Ada said. No, let me finish. I cooked for that boy. I prayed for that boy. And he said my daughter is too fat. Ada, fat is not the problem. A foolish man is the problem. Ada laughed despite herself. Mama pulled her close. My daughter, your body is not your shame. Any man who cannot see your worth is not a man, he's a child. And children do not deserve queens. That night, Ada made a decision. Not to lose weight, not to chase color, but to build herself bigger, better, and more powerful than she had ever been. 6 months passed like a Lagos bus, fast, noisy, and full of surprises. Ada had taken a small loan from her market cooperative. She had turned her fabric store into Ada's Curves, a full boutique on Victoria Island for plus-sized women. She stocked beautiful Ankara suits, evening gowns, and everyday dresses, all made for women who had been told they were too fat. The store opened on Saturday. By noon, there was a queue at the door. Women who had been told, "We don't have your size," for years found a home inside Ada's Curves. Ada styled them. She cheered them up. She made each one feel like the queen she was. A fashion blogger posted a short video. It went viral in 48 hours. Ada's followers jumped from 400 to 47,000 in 1 week. Brands called, magazines emailed, a television producer reached out. The studio lights were bright. Ada sat across from Zara, Lagos' sharpest TV host. Ada was wearing a deep Ankara wrap dress that hugged every curve. She looked like a woman who had nothing to prove and everything to celebrate for. Ada, your story is incredible. A market fabric seller turned boutique owner in 6 months? What was the turning point? The presenter asked. Ada smiled slowly. She took her time. Someone told me I was too much, too fat, too big, not enough for his standard. And instead of shrinking myself to fit his small vision, I decided to expand in every direction. The audience clapped. Women in the front row were already wiping tears. There are so many women in the world who have been told they are too fat, too dark, too loud, too old. I want Ada's curves to tell every one of them, you are not too anything. You are exactly enough. That clip got 2 million views by month. Kola was eating instant noodles alone in his apartment when Ada's face appeared on his laptop screen. His new girlfriend, slim, level appropriate, and completely done with him, had left 2 weeks earlier. His boss had skipped him for promotion. His friends were all getting married. He was stuck. And there on the screen was Ada, glowing, powerful, celebrated by the whole country. He grabbed his phone and typed fast. Ada, I saw you on TV. You look amazing. I think I made a mistake. Can we talk? I miss you. He stared at the message. He sent it. The ticks turned blue immediately. She had read it. He waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20, nothing. He typed again. Ada, please, I know I hurt you. I'm sorry. You were always the one. Blue ticks again. Silence. Then 1 hour later, a single message arrived. He opened it with a shaking hand, and the message read, Kola, I got your messages. I read them. I want you to know that I forgive you, not for your sake, but for mine. Forgiveness is not a weight I want to carry, but coming back to you, that's a different thing entirely. You did not lose me because I was too fat. You lost me because you were too small. Small in heart, small in vision, small in love. I have built something here that thousands of women celebrate every day, and I did it in the same body you rejected. I wish you well, Kola, but my table has no empty seats for you. Ada. Kola read it 3 times. Then he put his phone face down on the table and stared at the ceiling for a very long time. Ada's curves was growing. A second store in Abuja. A collaboration with a London-based African fashion house. A documentary on a major streaming platform in production. On the night of the grand opening gala, Ada walked in wearing a gold glittering gown that trailed behind her like royalty belonged to her. Because it did. The room went silent. Then it erupted. Standing near the entrance, uninvited, but unable to stay away, was Kola. He had heard about the event. He had dressed up. He had come with hope folded in his pocket like a letter he was afraid to send. Ada saw him. She smiled. Not the smile of pain, not the smile of anger, but the full, calm smile of a woman who had absolutely nothing to prove. She walked past him without slowing down. She walked straight to the stage, and the man who took her hand as she climbed the steps, tall, warm-eyed Dr. Tunde, who had seen her boutique online, visited the store, fallen in love with her mind before her face, and proposed quietly in a stockroom 3 months ago. That man looked at her like she was the only person in the room worth seeing, because she was. They say a man who does not know the value of gold will throw it away. Kola threw away gold, and gold did what gold always does. It shone brighter in someone else's hands. The woman he called too fat became the woman the whole world celebrated. And he became the story nobody ever wants to be.